Hey, I'm right back with another video. It's like 12:38 a.m. September 27th, and I am trying to get some sleep, but I can't sleep. I get really bored, so I don't really sit in front of my TV very much. I don't like it as much as just like kind of sitting and watching videos. I prefer watching videos on my phone more than I do watching videos on my TV. I don't know why, but anyway, maybe it's because I can lay down and stretch out on my bed, whereas my couch is more like a love seat, even though if I had to sleep on my couch, I could, because I'm short and I can get away with it. So I prefer being in my bedroom. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, I can't really sleep, so I'm kind of like, my brain is kind of going on different topics. So every once in a while, I check in on, actually, no. How did I stumble upon this video? Oh, yeah. Like you look at certain videos on YouTube, and then, like, they sit there and they kind of show other videos about the same topic over and over again. By the way, I got hooked on, I was watching Company Man's video on, Bernie Madoff a few weeks ago, and then for like a few days after that, and that's all I was like watching about, everything I'd watch all this Bernie Madoff stuff. And it's funny because that whole issue happened a few years ago, but I don't know, I knew about it, but I really wasn't paying a lot of attention. But now that I have all this time in my hands, all of a sudden I'm kind of rediscovering this whole story, which is very interesting, by the way. And I might talk about that in another video some other time. Weird, like how people could just actually get away with that kind of crazy stuff. Brave and weird. I mean, like, I can't even imagine somebody doing something like that, but wow. Anyway, I was looking at YouTube, and then one of Adam Smith's videos came on, and then I kept thinking, okay, he's someone I have spoken about on a few of my videos. So I thought, okay, and then I Googled him, and then I saw that he put a book out. And he's doing, I guess, some public speaking, and he's talking on making videos on YouTube. And, like I said before in my video, I don't condone what he did. But what he did is what so many other people do on a daily basis. Just like the hostile people who jumped on my case when I didn't do anything wrong, And in his case, okay, yeah, he did something wrong. But look at the people who judge other people all the time, and they behave in a hostile manner, and they develop this mob mentality and attack other people. And anybody can find themselves in the same situation. Anybody can. So my question was in my mind, which has been in my mind for a very long time, should employers get involved with conversations or issues or altercations that you deal with outside of work? And obviously, I don't believe that it's a professional decision. Obviously, it had nothing to do with his job, and it amazes me that people would call into his job to make him lose his job. And this is the kind of stuff that's going on right now, to where it's like this process of elimination where people they have something against you. The first thing they're going to do is go and attack your income. And obviously, it's completely unethical and probably borderline illegal. Okay, obviously, when you get discharged from an employer, usually you have a lawsuit case if it's based on something relating to discrimination. But then also, they do have these at-will employment laws also, to where employers can get rid of you for any reason. But most of the time, if you uncover it, is based on issues relating to discrimination. They will never disclose that information to you, of course. But in this case, it's like, he did something that had nothing to do with his work. And I don't really believe that his actions did anything to reflect on the reputation of the company, And I really think that there's a lot of people who lack judgment in this issue. And like I said, I'm not saying what he did was right, because obviously nobody should behave that way, okay? And he obviously knew he made a mistake, but still, I can't quite grasp the mob mentality of people. I watched also, there was an article that he had on his Facebook page, because when I Googled his name, his Facebook page came up. And so I started looking at some of these things that he posted on his Facebook account. And one of them was an article about, internet shaming or something along those lines. And it's a problem. And it kind of described, the whole process of how people talk about other people. It goes viral, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden this whole issue is widespread and just taken out of just goes to the extreme, I guess is what I'm saying. And it's like, so many people do things that are wrong. Just like, I would say, for the people who judged me, for example, which there were many, do they deserve to be treated this way? In my mind, because some of the things that they've done to me are, unspeakable. But look at what they do. Look at how these people act. People behave in ways that are, in a very hostile way. But they don't expect for them to ever get punished for the behavior that they do, for things that they do. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. And I don't believe that Adam Smith got treated fairly. I don't believe it. I don't. And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying that what he did was right. I don't think that what he did was right. Okay, I don't. But do I think that it warrants that? Do I think that people, should sit around and attack people's jobs for things that they do, especially that it's not a work-related issue? And I do. It makes me wonder, because I know that Chick-fil-A, and I've only been to Chick-fil-A one time, and when I did go to Chick-fil-A, somebody purchased a sandwich for me, okay? I never went there myself, okay? I don't eat a lot of fast food, but when I was on a work trip or something, and we were away from the work area, so they're like, oh, you're hungry? And I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry, I'm starving, I'm always hungry, right? So they bought me a Chick-fil-A sandwich, and it was pretty tasty, I must say. But the thing is that Chick-fil-A is a Christian organization, and so obviously I'm assuming that the majority of the people who were backing this protest or this anger and this hatred towards Adam Smith were most likely people who claim to be Christian. Okay. And yet you find that their attitude is very un-Christ-like, when you get down to it. And I've mentioned this before, but, I've been doing a lot of thinking about people and what they are and what they say they are and how evil they can be. And it's just, I don't like to feed my mind into it a lot, but I can't help but see it and acknowledge it and just think, my God, I wish that the world wasn't like this, but I have to accept the world for what it is, and I do believe that this is we are living in the devil's domain. Basically, evil is just running rampant all over this damn earth, and people are hurting other people and trying to make a righteous cause out of it, and that's something I can't accept. I can't accept that, Anyway, and I was also thinking, how he was talking about how they were threatening his children, and see, this just goes to show you this crazy mob mentality that people have. But anyway, I watched a few of his videos, and I remember I left a comment, and basically I was saying, it's unfortunate because I don't think employers really should get involved with this. And they Google your name, they sit there, they look at your Facebook, they. And I'm sorry, but unless, of course, you're doing something to defame the company directly, it has nothing to do with it. It's getting to the point where it's just like this ultimate need to control people. Control people to the point of where they don't have any life of their own. And it's becoming very sick, And, I think these people in my neighborhood are having a little get-together party, which is fine. I don't mind, but it's just kind of funny, because I could hear some people laughing in the background. This could happen to anybody that you have a disagreement with, or anything that you say or you do that another person doesn't like. This is the kind of stuff that's going on right now in this world. And people can, you could do something in the state of, Arkansas, and people will know about it in Japan. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, but this is how we are now. And it's like, God damn, everybody does something wrong. Everybody. There's not one person on the face of this earth that hasn't made a mistake. There's not one person on the face of this earth who didn't go off on somebody and really didn't have any reason to do so. Okay? And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying what he did was right, but just about everybody is guilty of doing something to another person in a way that, they might have regret. They may have shown regret in the past after they've done it, because